Luck is important in strategy, and in 1989, Nestle had some of it. There was another big branded company making breakfast cereals called General Mills, but GM was operating mainly in the United States of America. During the 1980s, GM had become increasingly successful against Kellogg's in the USA. The GM market share had risen from a lowly 15% to a high 22% of the market over this period. And it was Kellogg's share that was taking a beating. How had GM been so successful? By introducing new products, by selling quality products, by developing strong marketing, and by delivering good value for money. All classic tools in business strategy. Importantly, GM in the late 1980s had a strategic purpose of growing internationally. It had tried to export its American range of products, but without much success. And then along came Nestle, looking for a way in to the breakfast cereals market. In 1989, General Mills and Nestle agreed to combine forces in a new joint venture to launch breakfast cereal products outside the USA. It was a 50-50 partnership between the two parents to be called Cereal Partners. The new company had its own staff and headquarters in Switzerland, and it brought the expertise and strategic resources of its two parents. From Nestle, it was agreed that it would use the Nestle brand name, which was much better known worldwide than General Mills' brand. From Nestle also, it brought its extensive contacts in each country with powerful supermarket chains like Tesco in the UK and Carrefour in France. From General Mills, the new joint venture acquired its expertise in manufacturing high-speed, quality products. It's not a simple task to pack millions of boxes of breakfast cereals every week and to undertake this at the lowest possible costs. GM also supplied a ready-made range of products that had been successful against Kellogg's in the USA. Importantly, Cereal Partners agreed its strategic purpose with its parents. It would take a 20% share of the European breakfast cereal market by the year 2000. What strategies did the new company then adopt for Europe? Cereal Partners started its European strategy in the UK. In 1990, it acquired the UK breakfast cereal company Shredded Wheat for around $180 million from a UK company that was keen to withdraw from the market. This gave Cereal Partners an immediate presence in Europe's largest market. It also gave the company two large factories and a well-established brand. In strategy, it's not only what moves you make in the market that are important, but how your competitor reacts to your moves. In the case of shredded wheat, Kellogg's had known about the shredded wheat product for many years and therefore made no specific competitive response to its acquisition by Cereal Partners. Over the next 5 years, Cereal Partners went on to launch a series of products into the UK market. It began in May 1991 with Golden Grahams. This was a product that had been successful for General Mills in the USA, and Cereal Partners hoped that it would be equally successful in Europe. Kellogg's immediately responded with a relaunch of its own product, Golden Crackles. This had a similar name and had some success in blunting the Cereal Partners launch, but in the long term, the Golden Grahams product is still around rather than Golden Crackles. Cereal Partners then targeted the UK children's market with the top-selling children's product from the USA, General Mills' Lucky Charms. It launched this product into the UK in early 1992. The product was a combination of oat grain cereal and crispy marshmallow pieces in primary colours, specially designed to appeal to young children with a sweet tooth. Kellogg's immediately responded with its own product, a relaunch of Kellogg's Ricicles, also with marshmallow pieces. In spite of initial interest, Lucky Charms was not successful for cereal partners and was withdrawn after about 1 year. But its lack of success had nothing to do with Kellogg's perfectly proper competitive response. Lucky Charms was simply not acceptable to British tastes and customer demand. There's an important strategic lesson here. Although much of strategy theory focuses on competitive advantage, customers also matter. It's the customer that buys the product at the end of the day, not the competitor. Thus, products like Lucky Charms have to appeal to customers as well as beat competitors. And in this case, Cereal Partners was not successful. In May 1992, Cereal Partners then introduced a totally new product for the UK marketplace, clusters. This particular product was not a copy of any product from the GM portfolio in the USA. Kellogg's struggled to find a competitive response. Initially, it responded with a revamped Kellogg's Golden Oatmeal Crisp product. This was then followed by a similar product to clusters, Kellogg's Nut Feast. Unfortunately for Kellogg's, the Nut Feast product was good but offered no real reason to switch for those customers buying clusters. It had no competitive advantage in strategic terms. Thus, the Nut Feast product was quietly withdrawn after several years. In spite of the failure with Lucky Charms, Cereal Partners continued to seek products that would appeal to the children's segment of the breakfast cereal market. For example, the company considered the competitive resources of one of its parents, the Nestle company. Nestle owned the well-known branded children's chocolate drink Nesquik. Cereal Partners applied the concept to a chocolate-flavoured breakfast cereal. Nesquik was launched in 1995 and targeted at children. The product invited a response from Kellogg's in terms of its existing chocolate-flavoured cereal, and this was duly forthcoming, a relaunch of Kellogg's Cocoa Pops. From the perspective of strategic theory, the launch of Nesquik cereal is important. This particular well-established brand could never be entirely matched by Kellogg's, which did not possess a chocolate drink brand. This meant that the Nesquik product had a competitive advantage over Kellogg's. Cereal Partners borrowed this resource-based strength from one of its parents and used it to launch a new product which had significant value added. You should make sure that you understand the concepts of competitive resources and value added. And you can read more about this in the book if you're uncertain.